Janet had always been a quiet observer, preferring to listen rather than speak. Her calm demeanor and thoughtful nature earned her respect among her peers at Oakwood High. As she entered her senior year, Janet's focus was on her studies and preparing for college, until an incident during lunchtime changed everything. It was a typical Tuesday afternoon in the bustling cafeteria. Janet sat with her close friends, enjoying a moment of laughter and camaraderie. From across the room, she noticed a group of juniors surrounding a timid freshman named Adam. They were hurling insults and mocking him for his shy demeanor and awkward appearance. Janet's heart sank as she watched Adam's shoulders slump and his face turn red with embarrassment. Without hesitation, she excused herself from her friends and approached the group of bullies. "Hey, that's enough," Janet said firmly, her voice cutting through the din of the cafeteria. The bullies turned to look at her, surprised by her interruption. One of them, a tall boy with a sneer, scoffed and said, "Mind your own business, Janet. We're just having some fun." Janet stood her ground, her eyes steady as she replied, "Making fun of someone isn't fun. It's cruel and unnecessary. Leave him alone." The cafeteria fell silent, all eyes on Janet and the bullies. For a moment, tension hung in the air like a thick fog. Then, one by one, the bullies exchanged glances and reluctantly backed away, muttering under their breaths. Adam looked up at Janet with a mixture of relief and gratitude, his eyes shining with unshed tears. "Thank you," Adam stammered, his voice wavering with emotion. Janet smiled warmly at him, offering reassurance. "You don't deserve to be treated like that," she said gently. From that day forward, Janet and Adam developed an unexpected friendship. Adam appreciated Janet's kindness and courage, while Janet found herself inspired by Adam's resilience and quiet determination. The lunchtime incident became a catalyst for Janet, igniting a passion within her to stand up against injustice wherever she encountered it. In the days following the lunchtime incident, Janet couldn't shake the feeling of unease about the prevalence of bullying and injustice within her school. She observed more closely, noticing subtle forms of discrimination and exclusion that went unnoticed by many. As Janet reflected on her role in confronting these issues, she realized that she could do more than just intervene in individual incidents. She could strive to create systemic change. Inspired by her experience with Adam, and driven by a desire to foster a more inclusive and respectful school environment, Janet made a bold decision. She would run for student council president. It was a decision met with mixed reactions. Some of Janet's friends and classmates cheered her on, praising her integrity and leadership potential. Others expressed doubts, pointing out that Janet was not known for being outgoing or assertive in public settings. Undeterred by skepticism, Janet began her campaign with a clear vision and a passionate determination to stand up against injustice. She gathered a small team of supporters, including close friends, who believed in her ability to make a difference. During her campaign, Janet focused on addressing the root causes of bullying and discrimination. She advocated for policies that promoted kindness and empathy, initiatives to raise awareness about mental health and inclusivity, and opportunities for students to voice their concerns and ideas. At campaign rallies and in speeches, Janet spoke from the heart about her experiences and her vision for a better school community. She emphasized the importance of standing up for those who couldn't speak up for themselves and creating a culture where everyone felt valued and respected. Throughout the campaign process, Janet faced challenges and setbacks. Her opponent, a charismatic junior with a large following, criticized Janet's quiet demeanor and lack of flashy promises. Rumors and smear campaigns circulated, testing Janet's resolve and resilience. But Janet remained steadfast in her commitment to integrity and authenticity. She continued to reach out to students, listen to their concerns, and offer genuine solutions to address issues of injustice and inequality. As Election Day approached, Janet's campaign gained momentum. Students responded positively to her sincerity and her unwavering belief in making Oakwood High a better place for all. They appreciated her focus on substance over style and her willingness to tackle difficult issues head-on. On the eve of the election, Janet gathered with her supporters for a final rally. She stood before them, her voice steady and her eyes shining with determination. "My friends," Janet began, addressing the crowd gathered in the school gym. Today, we have a choice. We can choose to accept the status quo, or we can choose to stand up for what is right. We can choose to create a school where kindness, respect, and justice prevail. I believe in our ability to make a difference together. Let's make Oakwood High a place where every student feels safe, valued, and empowered. With those words, Janet ended her speech to resounding applause and cheers. The next day, as students cast their votes, Janet awaited the results with a mixture of hope and nerves. She knew that win or lose, she had already made an impact by challenging the school community to confront injustice and strive for positive change. As student council president, Janet wasted no time in tackling issues of inequality and unfairness within the school. She discovered that the dress code policy disproportionately targeted female students, enforcing stricter rules on their attire compared to male students. Janet conducted research, gathered student feedback, and presented a detailed proposal to revise the dress code policy. She argued for gender-neutral guidelines that promoted individual expression while maintaining professionalism and respect. The proposal sparked heated debates among faculty and administration, with some resistant to change. Undeterred, Janet organized meetings, wrote petitions, and rallied support from students and parents who believed in equal treatment. Her efforts paid off when the school board agreed to review and update the dress code policy based on Janet's recommendations. It was a significant victory for Janet and her commitment to standing up against gender bias and advocating for fairness. During her tenure as student council president, Janet faced a personal challenge when one of her closest friends, Mia, confided in her about experiencing discrimination based on her ethnicity. Mia shared instances of microaggressions and feeling marginalized in certain school activities. Janet listened empathetically, recognizing the importance of standing up against all forms of injustice, including racial discrimination. She supported Mia by raising awareness within the student council and collaborating with diversity clubs to promote cultural understanding and inclusivity. Together, Janet and Mia organized cultural awareness events, facilitated open discussions, and encouraged students to celebrate diversity. They created a safe space where students could share their experiences and perspectives without fear of judgment. Through their advocacy and solidarity, Janet and Mia empowered their peers to confront prejudice and foster a more inclusive school environment. Their friendship grew stronger as they worked together to make a meaningful impact on campus culture. As Janet approached graduation, she reflected on her journey at Oakwood High with a sense of fulfillment and pride. Her term as student council president had been marked by significant achievements in promoting fairness, compassion, and standing up against injustice. Under Janet's leadership, the school implemented new policies to address bullying, revised the dress code to be more equitable, and enhanced cultural awareness initiatives. Janet's efforts had not only improved the school climate, but it also inspired her peers to take action and uphold values of social justice. At the graduation ceremony, Janet delivered a valedictory address that echoed her commitment to making a difference. She encouraged her classmates to continue standing up for what they believed in and to use their voices to advocate for positive change in their communities. As she received her diploma and looked out at her fellow graduates, Janet knew that her legacy at Oakwood High would endure. She had learned firsthand the power of standing up against injustice, and she was ready to carry that spirit of advocacy and compassion into the next chapter of her life.